When do we know it's all over? Quiana.
With the person?
It ends with a person, or maybe the highest level of an animal when no other animals in that environment eats it. Hi, my name is Lakeya Omogun, and I'm an intern at Gompers Elementary through Michigan State's teacher education program. Following graduation, I actually took somewhat of a different route because during March of my senior year, I got accepted to Teach for America. And at that time, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do just yet. I knew I wanted to remain in teaching, but for me personally, I wanted to do so in a different location, like regionally. So I joined and applied and joined Teach for America. And following that time, I got a placement in Newark, New Jersey. And during the summer of my graduation, following my graduation year, I received training through Teach for America. So we have like Institute, 6 weeks of training through Teach for America. The morning, we started off at like 5 a.m. every morning, and we would go over to the school where we would apply the training to like the classroom settings. Following that, I began my first year of teaching at a charter school in Newark, New Jersey, and I held the position of a 6th grade literacy teacher. I did notice that I experienced a challenge just because the style of training that I initially received from Michigan State was different from what I experienced, and I noticed that for me personally that there was a disconnect in what I had learned previously from my foundational teacher education training experience and being able to apply that to the classroom setting as a first-year teacher. And due to like personal challenges that I faced as well as some professional ones, I was in the process of completing my certification, but what we found out is that there was still more coursework that I needed to complete. So I was left with 2 options. I could either go back to New Jersey, or I would have to go back to a traditional education program. Yes, I was really strong in terms of managing my classroom. Yes, I was really strong in terms of looking at data, setting goals, and analyzing data, but the core piece that I missed was how do I get my students there? And I think that's why I came back to MSU, because they focus a lot on teaching strategies and pedagogy. And also, I noticed that Michigan State really focuses on research-based methods. Like, we won't just use anything just because it's popular or because it looks good or it'll make the classroom look great. I couldn't imagine going forward in my teaching career without having this foundation. And for me, it helps me to teach my students. How do I expect them to become proficient in math or science or reading if I'm not teaching them? Like, teachers have to be educated too. From what I've learned through MSU's teacher education program, I feel confident in my ability to go into a classroom, and despite the curriculum that I'm giving, to look at teaching from a broad perspective. Okay, this is what I have to teach my students. These are the goals. How do I assess them before I begin teaching this content? How am I going to teach them? How am I going to make academic accommodations? And how am I going to assess them to figure out if they learn what I've actually taught them? My goal is to start graduate school in the fall and to teach while I'm doing that, so to continue gaining teaching experience.